Mike Powers. I'm with FFG, Fight Factory Gym here in Hong Kong, and I came from California. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and a three-time U.S. national champion, Pan American champion, and I got third in the world in 2014. And 2018 is my goal to be #1 in the world. The initial first reason, I was a surfer in the beginning on the beach in California. There was an incident where one of the Brazilians almost got in a fight with one of my friends. So I started thinking like, man, maybe I should learn this stuff in case I have to defend myself. You know, there's a lot of things that are good about Jiu-Jitsu, not just the fighting aspects of building confidence and learning how to defend yourself. The camaraderie, meaning like the teamwork together. Because you're using physical contact. You're physically fighting, but you're working together. You're not against each other. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is much different than the other martial arts because it's very involved on the ground. And the other martial arts have more to do with stand-up and all that, but Jiu-Jitsu developed the part of it, goes to that next level. What's going to happen when the fight continues? And so it's really developed that aspect of it. My last fight in the World Championships as a black belt, I fought through the rounds. I broke my toe in one of the first fights and had to fight through the other fight. And then I ended up fighting in the semifinals, the best guy in the world in my division. He's won the last 5 years in a row the World Championships. He beat me and I got third in the world. He got first again. That was my most memorable moment, I think, is just fighting him. It was an honor. I really like Jiu-Jitsu because people think it brings you just to learn how to fight. It's much more than that. Just, #1, the friendship. People become like family there. You know what I mean? You're on the mats fighting together and hanging out and talking. You develop some of the best friends you ever had. I was supposed to fight this year, 2017, in the World Championships, but I've had so many injuries. I've had 3 shoulder surgeries, broken teeth, broken ribs, black eyes, bloody noses, broken toes, everything you can have. But it's worth it, you know what I mean? You're in the right career if you come to work, you're still smiling after 3 shoulder surgeries, right? Good fighters, the condition they have is, #1 is going to be mental, it's going to be technique, and then it's going to be physical. I always tell my students there's 3 things. You want to go by technique first, then athleticism, and then the strength. My future target is to be world champion. When I first started Jiu-Jitsu, my goal was just to be a blue belt. That's the next step up from white belt. And after fighting in the World Championships in 2014 and getting third to the best guy, I felt like, you know what, I can do this, and I'm going to become world champion. I really believe 2018 will be my year to do that. Jiu-Jitsu taught me very interesting, important principles in life, such as losing. You know what? Losing's not a bad thing. It can be a good thing. Don't associate it with your identity, who you are, but use it as an education to further where you're going. When I lose, I'm actually advancing because I'm going to not do that mistake again. Every world champion that kept losing, he refused to give up until he became a champion. This is the things that Jiu-Jitsu teaches you, helps you to advance in life, not just in Jiu-Jitsu, but every area of life. Some of the principles that Jiu-Jitsu teaches are fundamental things you need in life, such as fear versus courage. Fear holds you back. Some people don't start because they're fearful. Courage means, I'm still fearful, but despite that fear, I'm going to go forward. And what happens is that courage, constant courage, turns into what? Confidence. So they build up their belts, and Jiu-Jitsu will teach you that. FFG has been a real big support to me. I've been with them for 2 years now. They've been really incredible and professional. I appreciate that support. They've helped me catapult my career to the next level with marketing and just the money they invest into my students and myself. And they really understand martial arts.